Welcome back to Sportsbook Review. I'm Natalie Rydstrom, Martin Green, and Simon from Need for Tips are here. We're taking a look at Championship Week 42 now. We're giving our best bets across all 12 matches. We've actually got a match on Thursday. And Martin, you've got a tip for this match. Kick us off.
I have indeed. I'm looking forward to this match. Wigan play Barnsley, obviously. Barnsley a bit of an unpredictable side, but I think you can get very good odds on Barnsley for this one. Wigan beat Rotherham 3-2 in their last game, but that is nothing really to write home about. Rotherham have lost 12 games in a row, and they're pretty much the worst team the Championship has ever seen. So Barnsley, on the other hand, are unbeaten in 3, and they won their last game 2-0. So I think for Barnsley draw no bet, you can get good odds there. You can get actually, I think even Barnsley draw double chance, 1.79. Even just to cover yourself a bit further, I think that looks very attractive against a poor Wigan side.
Yeah, missed that one, to be honest with you. And I agree. Yeah, that's right. Obviously, Wigan, they ended their no-win run, but toward Rotherham, they also conceded 2 goals against Rotherham.
Sure.
That's actually a very good bet, Martin. Yeah, you 9 wins on the road have Barnsley. Good catch. I missed that one. I will be taking that one.
You can have that one. You can have that one.
Yeah, I will. Thanks, Martin. Then we've got Brentford versus Derby, Simon.
Yeah, well, Brentford, obviously, they're my favourites. They're actually averaging about 2 goals a game since they sold their top scorer to Aston Villa, Scott Hogan, in January. Goals scored a game. Obviously, Derby, they're outside the playoffs. I think, with Gary Rowett now, they're looking really strong. They got 10 points from the last 4 games. And they've just got to go for it to have any chance of making the playoffs. I think it's about 7 points. They have to rely on the teams above them, obviously, slipping up. It's a slim chance, but, with 5 games to go, they'll think that if we treat every game like a cup final and we go for it and we win them, we're in with the shout. So I really like goals here. I think both teams to score an over 2.5 at 1.95. I think that's my favourite bet for that game.
Very nice. So you're taking that as a combined bet.
As a what, sorry?
As a combined bet.
Yeah, both teams to score an over 2.5. That's just one bet at 1.95.
Perfect. All right. What else have we got? Bristol versus QPR, Martin.
Yeah, Bristol City have been involved in a lot of high-scoring games of late. They do get goals. They pulled off a pretty interesting win against one of the top teams the other day, and they've also been on the end of some heavy defeats too. I just think they're quite an entertaining team to watch. Beat Huddersfield 4-0, so I think over 2.5 goals looks good in this game at 1.83. QPR have been shipping a lot of goals lately too. So, yeah, I mean, they beat Rotherham 5-1 as well, so they know how to find the back of the net. Over 2.5 goals at 1.83.
Okay. All right. Next match is Norwich versus Fulham, and this is my bet. Definitely expecting goals. Norwich 48 at home, Fulham 31 on the road. They do concede as well. You just have to look over 2.5 goals. Not a lot of value in that. I think it's like 1.5. Value starts getting going at over 3.5, but I'm actually just going to play the both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals as a combined bet, 1.73. They have currently been hit or miss. They won last weekend's matches respectively, but they do score, they do concede. So there we go. Both teams score and the over 2.5 goals is my bet. Next is Nottingham versus Blackburn. This is also me. Okay. Nottingham obviously picked up their first win in 6 matches against third place Huddersfield. And Nottingham, I think, are quite a few people's like naughty corner blacklists. Like people are betting them, but I'm going to say that they're spurred on by this win, and they're against a team, Blackburn, fighting relegation. They've lost their last 3 matches in a row, and they've drawn the last 3 before that. So I am just going to take Nottingham 2.3. I think the price is too good. You guys avoided that one. Are you part of the Nottingham naughty corner team?
I was considering it quite a lot, to be honest, and I think I might change my mind and go for a Nottingham Forest win. They were pretty impressive beating Huddersfield, although Huddersfield haven't been in good form of late. The only thing that gave me cause for concern is that Forest don't really have all that much left to play for, whereas Blackburn are still battling relegation. Having said that, Blackburn have lost 3 games in a row, and Nottingham Forest probably could do with at least 3 more points to really get themselves away from the drop zone. So I think that's a good bet. I'm going to go with you on that. Nottingham Forest win.
Okay. What about you? What about you, Simon?
I mean, it's the biggest game at the bottom end of the table. Basically, Forest, they do need a couple more points to stay up. If Blackburn lose this, I think they're down virtually. So, you know, they'll play like this is their cup final, really. And that's the reason why I'm not backing Forest. I think that Blackburn will really have to go for it and you know, cup final. So I'm just a little bit kind of dubious about this game, to be honest.
Okay, there's also enough value there if you want to play Nottingham draw no bet as well. Next, we've got Rotherham versus Birmingham. Rotherham, a team that we have opposed and made loads of money, certainly with the -1 bet as well. But in saying that, Birmingham are going through a pretty rough patch as well. So yeah, Birmingham 2, draw 3.6, and Rotherham 4. So both myself and Simon are not playing this match. But Martin is brave enough too. What is your bet?
I don't really even feel that I'm being that brave. I'm very surprised that I'm the only one of us on this. I've been backing Rotherham to lose every week since the third of the year, and like you say, made a ton of money out of it. I'm definitely not going to stop now, even if it is against the Blackburn side that has been in slightly rocky form. But this is a Birmingham side that drew with Newcastle not too long ago. They're not a bad team. Anyone's a good team compared to Rotherham, to be honest. And I think odds of evens 2.0 or +100 on the money line, whatever you want to call it, the chance to double your money by opposing a Rotherham team that just can't stop losing is just too enticing for me. So straight Birmingham win.
Straight Birmingham win. And why did you avoid that one there, Simon?
I kind of contemplated Rotherham in this one. I think Birmingham have only won 2 games out of 20. Rotherham, obviously, you know, new manager. Last week they were unlucky against Wigan. I just fancy them to win a game sooner or later. I just didn't fancy them that strongly, obviously. But they could actually get something out of this one, I think. Birmingham are terrible at the moment.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at the next match. Nottingham is Wolves versus Brighton. All 3 of us have a tip for this match. Start us off, Martin.
I like Brighton for this one. I think they've been in rampant form of late, really pulling away from third place Huddersfield, and they look to have secured promotion pretty much. I mean, it's not quite mathematically settled yet, but they're looking really good. They need a few more points. They certainly could make a real statement by actually pipping Newcastle to win the championship. So I think they're going to be very motivated for this game. Wolves have been on a real good upturn of form, won plenty of games in a row and surged up the table, but they did lose to a Bristol City side that I don't rate very highly in their last game. And I think if you put the 2 teams up against each other, there is a gulf in class, and Brighton really should be winning this one. Odds look very attractive to me, 2.51 on a Brighton win, so I'm going for that.
Yeah,
they have been playing well though of late, haven't they? Obviously just that loss over the weekend. What do you like here, Simon?
Yeah, I think that like Brighton probably need about 6 or 7 points now. You know, they actually find themselves top of the league. Their priority is obviously just to go up. So I think for this game, they'll probably set themselves up very defensively. And I think it will be a very tight game. I think goals. And if you actually look at the last 6 head-to-heads, they've all been unders. They've all been like 1-0, 1-1. So I fancy unders in this game purely because I think they'll go there not to lose. We'll be lucky to see a couple of goals. So I fancy under 2.5 goals at 1.8.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you as well. Actually, I think unders is the way to go here. I see what you mean. Martin, with that Brighton win, I'm just Wolves at home. I'm a little bit sort of nervous. I definitely would play a sort of a draw no bet if I were to play it. But under 2.5 goals is my bet as well for that match. Next, we've got Newcastle versus Leeds, and that's me. What am I going for? Oh, okay. Highest scorers in the league playing another top scorer. I think goals is on the cards for this match. Over 2.5 goals priced at 2. Both teams to score also are priced at 2. I like both bets, to be honest with you. So those are my 2 bets for that match. Do you think we're going to see goals in this match, guys?
I do. We should see both teams to score. I'm just staying away from Newcastle at the moment. I just really hate them, and I hope that they don't win the league because they let me down week after week. So I'm just avoiding anything that they're involved in at the moment.
Yeah. Well, they are 1 point above Brighton here. Do you think Newcastle will win the league?
I've been saying for weeks that they should. I actually think that if they don't, they'll see it as a bit of a, there's not a very good season. A club with their stature, the money they've spent, it won't be that good if they don't win it. But they just keep letting us down lately. And even if they do win, it's only by 1 goal, so you can't really handicap them. So at the moment, I'm just going to keep avoiding them. They let me down week after week.
All right. A team that has been bringing us in money, Aston Villa versus Reading, and it has been the villains. They are at home. They are the favourites, 1.8. Very interesting match. What are you going for here, Simon?
Yeah, I love Villa at the moment. They're really strong at home. Obviously, they're not going to go up now, but they do want to keep the kind of momentum going. They will be one of the contenders for promotion next year. Reading, they won it Wednesday recently, but that was the first time they beat any of the top sides away. And we saw what happened last week at Norwich. I mean, they got absolutely hammered. Here, I don't think they'll get hammered because Villa don't do that. They've gone unders in their last 10. And I really like the Aston Villa win and under 2.5 goals. You can get that at 3.75, and I think that's massive value for that game.
Yeah, my only worry is that Reading have the second worst defence, and that's behind Rotherham. Rotherham have conceded 61 goals, Reading 42 at home. Aston Villa conceded just 16. So I suppose the question is whether Reading can score or not. If you're expecting Aston Villa to keep a clean sheet, it might end up with something like a 2-0. That could be a tough one. The unders as well. Martin, do you think this is an unders game?
Could well be, yeah. I mean, it's just crazy to see what happened to Reading in their last game, losing 7-1 to Norwich. Yeah. It just shows you that anything can happen in this league. It really is quite crazy. I just think they were in pretty good form before that, Reading. I mean, they won 3 in a row, so I was very surprised, to be honest. And it really flew in the face of how they've been playing. They've been tight defensively. They've been keeping clean sheets and doing well. I think they have a chance to bounce back here. What gives me cause for optimism on behalf of Reading fans is that they've got a lot to play for. They're in the playoffs. They need points. Aston Villa are sort of comfortably mid-table now, and they haven't really got that same level of motivation. So it might sound crazy for a team that just lost 7-1 in its last game, but I'm going to go Reading draw double chance at 2.15. I think they can bounce back and slightly get their promotion bid back on track.
Yeah, not too crazy because you've obviously got the draw in there as well. I think there's more possibility of the draw than a Reading win. Where would you sit on the goals here? Do you think we would see, or are you sort of not have an opinion on that?
I think it's just a bit risky, really, because of the crazily unpredictable nature of Reading, who sort of conceded only 1 goal in 3 games and then ended up conceding 7 in their next game. I mean, Aston Villa have been involved in quite a lot of low-scoring games of late, so if pressed, I'd probably go for the unders.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Go for the unders. Okay. I like the Aston Villa win. We got. Simon, we hear Alex has just said there's a chat. We have a Champions League chat, and you tipped Monaco and the over 3.5 goals. Is that right?
I did, yeah.
Well, that looks like that bet's just come in. So congratulations on that.
Again,
On to Monaco right now.
Excellent, good stuff.
Yeah,
they've just scored again.
One.
I take it.
Yeah, you've got to join us on some of our Champions League shows.
Well, I'd probably do a lot. It's probably a lot easier than it is in the Championship, to be honest. This is probably one of the most difficult things to tip on. But yeah, I do have a lot of luck on the Champions League.
Yeah, nice. Well, we certainly need tips like that. And you also did an awesome tip, didn't you, Martin?
What's that, for the Monaco game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mbappe to score at any time.
To score at any time, and he is on fire. I can't believe the odds were so good. Got 8-1 on him earlier in the week. The odds, that was only a small stake. The odds drifted way in. But yeah, I still was trading at around the sort of 3-1, the 4.0 sort of mark for the rest of the week, and put a bit more money on it there. And yeah, it's come in. And then some, he scored twice. Can't believe he wasn't the favourite for the goal scoring betting. I know Aubameyang is on fire, but he's just such a fantastic young striker, Mbappe, and I thought that just looked a no-brainer, really. So very pleased to see that one come in. And I also had just the standard, the classic Alex bet of both teams to score an over 2.5 goals, which pretty much this game. So I went for that, and that's obviously come in quite easily. So very, very, very pleased so far with the Champions League. Everything I've predicted's come off. So let's hope it continues tonight with two massive, massive games. Can't wait.
I know, super excited. We will be here during the halftime show, but during the halftime show, 1:30 Costa Rica time. So we'll be looking at our bets and in-play bets. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, Martin, Simon. Thank you, and best of luck with everything.
Thanks guys.